In general, I am pretty well, but I have weak spells. Probably because I'm not eating properly, and every once in a while I don't have quite enough. But we manage. Half the time I open the wrong can, and that's wasteful. And the cats will eat almost anything except beets and green beans. But they're very good at cleaning up what I don't happen to be able to eat at the moment. My eyesight is not much better. It fluctuates a bit, but it's not really good. What bothers me is my orientation, and I suppose that is linked with the left-right business. And if I am not really careful, there are days when I cannot stand to bend and twist and carry without expecting to bring up eventually. Now, it's not a great big upheaval. It's last time I was outside and had to sit on the edge of the step. It's just a gentle business. Eventually, one Friday night, when I suppose everybody was supposed to be home waiting for supper, a car drove in, which I didn't realize, and someone went to the back door, which I still didn't realize, just as they had when the two cats were put in a couple of years ago. And I did not hear a thing. I did hear a sort of a whoosh, which I realize now was somebody taking the foam pad out of the door. But I did not hear it when they opened the door. The propane man had left the door beautifully shut, and I thought, well, I'll leave it. I won't have to worry about it. But I've been glad of the extra ventilation. No. Shortly after, I suppose, this vehicle drove out and I heard it. And I thought, oh, that's that person. And I had a voice beside me saying, I'm that person out there, yak, 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 all sorts of stupid stuff, which I said I didn't believe. And it was also spooky with this voice beside me here. So what is the person supposed to believe when they've got a fairly normal world and a world that goes quite cuckoo from time to time? It's this left hand, left side that wants to take over. But I don't know what to do about this except to refrain from using my left, which is pretty much okay, but I get physical problems, and it does not make sense. I've never known anybody to have this problem before. How can I have one side that's fighting the other all the time? But that's what it is, I think. And I'm fighting them both. I have to consider very carefully everything I do, and especially everything new I think of doing. Things I might do I don't dare touch because I know what will result. I am penned in here by this stupid left side that is determined it's going to run things, and I'm determined it's not. And that's all I know about the situation. And my older sister went to live with her grandparents in Dresden. But she was killed about 2 years later on the highway going to school. A tractor came along pulling a threshing machine, and the kids took turns jumping over the coal bar, whatever you call it, and I guess she didn't make it. Well, I learned to clean a chicken. That's one thing I did learn. I could take the chicken from feathers to oven. No, we did the feathers. Wait now, we must have done something like that, but I don't remember that step. If we wanted the feathers for pillows, we didn't do that. My aunt said when she was younger, they used to and her mother-in-law's, I guess it was. They used to go out every season and catch the geese and pluck the feathers. And she said, one day we were so tired we just went in and told her we couldn't catch them. I should tell you about the pig in the well. The water well was cleared out, you know where they, maybe you don't, it's all bricked in and then covered over. That's the well in the country. They took the lid off one day, and for some reason or other they had a huge big school bell out in the garage, so they put it up on the lawn, and then the men went way back about as far as they could go in the field to work. And they said, now ring the bell if anything bad happens. Well, they no sooner got back there than up from the barn, crossing the bridge over the creek and up to the house, came a pig. Not very big. I'd never seen a pig before, but amble, and plop down into this open space. Now, I think pigs must sense water. There would be a pipe out to the barn underground. I don't know. Anyway, Laura rang the bell, and I went out in the laneway and flopped my arms to show them it wasn't me down that well. They came up, and the hired man got a ladder and went down, got the pig, and took it back to the barn. That was one of the funnier things that happened. You should know somebody who could tell you if pigs follow water systems. I think pigs are, what do you call those sticks you have? Dowsers. But I was glad it wasn't me down there. For once I wasn't dumb enough to do that. It wasn't very far down, 6, 7, 8 feet. I go where the chair goes. There's Rena going again. She really took off this last week. Well, she's much more melodious than that and strong. Before the full moon, she was very bad. Well, you've been hearing her probably. She's been doing it ever since I've been here, and the crazy part is I recognized it. I'd heard it somewhere before, but I can't figure out where. Unless my aunt and I came to visit somebody a long time ago when Rena was here, which she was.
This one was your lunch. Oh, was it? Okay.